Awesome, guys. Welcome to 3.5, the top 3 engagement strategies for your Facebook updates. Once again, engagement increases views and views increase engagement. It's an awesome cycle to take advantage of and get your page seen by as many people as possible. So here's an overview of the top 3 strategies to use to encourage more engagement on your updates. The first is call to action. Second is evoking curiosity. And the third is newsjacking. Let's have a look at them individually. So a call to action, for those unfamiliar, is when you ask your user or reader to take a specific action, such as answering a question, liking your status, commenting on your status, or clicking a link that you provide. Here's an example from my Achieve Greatness page. I wrote, "What is your favorite motivational quote?" Comment. So I've asked a question, so the call to action is to leave a motivational quote, and I've encouraged this call to action with a comment or a call to action itself being comment. This increases the amount of people who comment on this status as opposed to me just posting the picture by itself. So I personally receive consistently better results when I end my post with an explicit call to action such as like if you agree or comment as you saw in the past slide. However, Facebook do suggest against using these call to actions, and they do say that they will lower your visibility based on them. But if you want to avoid using these, you can use a more subtle call to action that still encourage engagement on a lower level by asking simple questions. Here are a few examples. So you could ask at the end of your status, what do you think? Would you ever do this? Maybe put a picture of somebody skydiving or something different, something fun. Have you ever experienced something like this is another great one. Or any subtle question that gets the person asking this question to themselves and therefore more likely to write it in the comments. I'm going to go through a few advanced call to action strategies which are really useful in getting lots of engagement on your statuses. So here's the tag someone strategy. It's, as you can see on the left, tag someone with a nice bum. They have a photo of a girl with a nice bum. And what people are inclined to do are to tag their friends who they think have a nice bum. This does two things. This increases the interaction on your Facebook update, and it also gets the attention of the person that is tagged by their friend, and they now see your page and your specific update and are more likely to like your page as well. The one on the right is another example of this. Is tag someone who inspires you. It also creates a dialect on the comment section where the person who is tagged replies back to the person who tagged them. One thing to note here is make sure tag settings are enabled in your settings of your Facebook page for this to work. A photo comparison is another great advanced strategy. So here they have 2 players, and the comment on the right is most likely to be the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Like if you think it's Von Miller, or comment if you think it's JJ Watt. As you can see, they got 21,000 people liking this, and I'm not sure how many comments, but a lot of comments voting for JJ Watt. So they use comments and likes as a voting system, which of course gets a lot of comments and likes and appears to be on Facebook as a highly interacted with status. A riddle is another great one. Really simply, just ask a riddle and you get people answering in the comments. Spot the difference can be great because you can center it around your business or your industry. If you sell sporting goods, have a sporting goods spot the difference, and people will be commenting the differences and even sharing this with their friends based around your brand and your industry. The second engagement strategy is visual curiosity. So visual curiosity is evoking a desire to know more within your audience using photos or video or even links. Here is an example. I saw this in my newsfeed and it reads, next time someone tells you to be afraid of the sharks, show them this. It has a funky looking picture that is cut off and really hard to distinguish. It gets you curious. What should we be more afraid of than sharks? And what is this crazy looking thing that looks sort of like a hippo, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure I personally clicked on this one just to see what it was. And again, a click is interaction, and Facebook will therefore increase your exposure the more clicks you get. Here's another one that I clicked on. This was on my mobile app I took a screenshot for. It's from a page called 360, and as you can read, it says, if your girlfriend looks like this, it shows a photo of a generally attractive female, and everybody's always curious, what is the joke here? What is the second line of this meme? So you're more likely to click on this, and you're even more likely to share this with your friends to get them in on the joke as well. But by clicking this and finding out what that second line is, you have increased the interaction of this update, and it'll therefore increase its global interactions and your affinity with this page, and it'll be seen by more and more people. For those of you who are actually curious about what that second line is, I've added it here for you just so you don't go crazy. Newsjacking is the third strategy. So newsjacking is essentially reactive storytelling, which is the idea of taking a current news story and combining it with a relevant brand or marketing message. Here are a few examples. So Mashable have shared this link for one of their blog posts they did on Harold Ramis, who sadly passed away. But they share a link of 8 of his classic film moments in helping to remember his career. At this time, this incident is present on people's minds and people can relate to it, and they're more likely to interact with posts that are relevant to that. Here are Mashable doing it again with the Winter Olympics in Russia. People have been watching the Olympics and they're familiar with it, and they know that it's a popular talking point at the moment that the Olympics were on, so they post articles and status updates relevant to that to make sure they get the most engagement possible. So another example of this is Walmart. They posted this around Valentine's Day. They wrote, "Say be mine" with one of these gifts. It's actually, as you can see, a photo album with a total of 4 photos, 4 different gifts ideas. People know Valentine's coming up. People like Valentine's Day. They're more likely to interact with this relevant photo and gift idea. So they're the 3 top engagement strategies. Test them out, try them out, see what's the best for your page, and continue to get better and better results.